Good afternoon. We're going to do the weekly recap of this past week's trades. Before I get into that, I did finish the week with 28 wins, 3 losses, with a win rate for the week of 90.32%. If you're not in the room, you should be. The link for the room will be in the description of the video, or you can find it on the bio page of the Twitter, StockTwits. So you do have to be a sub to see the alerts in real time. There's information in the Discord room that how to become a sub, so you don't want to miss that, or you're going to miss the plays. And I am a lot more consistent than 99% of the people out there. So yeah. With that said, we'll start with Monday. Monday, 4 wins. Started with SPY. Now SPY gapped up over the weekend. I grabbed 350 puts at 74 cents at 951, which is right about right here when it pushed to VWAP. I did scalp a little right there, went from 74 cents to 96. I just scalped it because I'm not sure if this is going to chop or not, so I just wanted a quick early morning winner, and that I did get. Then the second trade was ROKU, 1023. Let's see, 1023, which was right here, right push to VWAP. Now on Friday, it had a big up day, and it just had a descending wedge, and it gapped up a little bit, and it had a huge sell-off in the morning, and I wasn't sure. It just sell-off was too fast, and I didn't want to jump in and chase it, so I waited for it to pull up, and it did, and I got it through when it pushed through VWAP. So I grabbed the 155 puts at $1.20, and in this little push right here, this little push, when it came through VWAP, it did kind of like bounce up a little bit, but it did reject the 20 EMA, and you just stayed in it. And I mean, this was such a huge move, it had to pull back a little more than that. So I was expecting it to pull back at least to the 165, but it just didn't. So 120 to 137 right here. I mean, the puts were so far out of the money because it's Monday. That's why I hate trading Monday. You have to get so far out of the money, and to have a good move, it has to move a lot, and this didn't really move that much. It stayed in a $4 range. Yeah, $4 range. So it for ROKU, that's kind of a narrow range. So then the next one I took was SPX. Why is that not taken? XPX. Now I like to trade the expiration days, as everyone knows if they know me, because they're cheap. And like I just said with ROKU, you trade weekly options. Monday's the most expensive day of the week, so they're high. You have to go out of the money. But expiration days, Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. But because next week is a holiday, Monday's off. The expiration days will be Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. So I did grab the 34.85 puts at the $1.25 at 11.20, which was right here to push through the 20 EMA, and they ended up going from 125 to 420 in this little dip right here. I mean, it's sitting up here consolidating because I had it here earlier on SPY, and it went up and it rejected this area. On SPY it was the 350.75 area, so it rejected that, which was the previous day's high right there. You always get to look at the previous day's actions because it will dictate and have support and resistance levels from that will be important to know. So yeah, I rejected it again, grabbed the puts right there, and then went from $1.25 to 420, 200%. And then I grabbed SPX puts again. I grabbed the 34.95 puts at 2 o'clock, 157 to be exact, which was right about right here, the same area again. I rejected here and here. I was a little hesitant here because usually when it touches the third time, it usually breaks through. But it was at that point in time. Let's see, let me bring it out just a little more. Where's the 31st? Right here. At that point in time, I think that was like the high. all-time high. Yeah, those were the near the all-time high. So I grabbed it right here. I saw the red candle, and they went from 95 cents to $2 just in this little push. If you time it perfectly and there's no chop, SPX doesn't need to drop much to double. But right here, if you got it here, it probably would have only gone 100% because it had that huge dive. But like I said, I grabbed it right here the first time, and they went 200% right here. And right here, I grabbed it here, and it went from 95 cents to $2 just in that little push. If you time it perfectly, this SPX will just skyrocket on a small move. So that's why I love playing SPX. Now, Tuesday, I played. Let's see, SPY. I played SPY and I played BA. I'll put BA. BA was the first one I played. Now, let's see, which day is this? Right there. Now, as you can see, Monday, BA sold off, and I was actually looking at it, but it was just too expensive, and it was just channeling right there. I gotta look at the. Okay. Had to look at something really quick. Now, BA on Monday just chopped right in here, so I had it on radar, and when it was pre-market, it just sold off. I mean, it just started dropping and dropping, and every time BA makes a really fast move down in the morning, she usually rebounds. So except for this it didn't, but it does. But I mean, after you had this big, it consolidated, then it dropped more. I mean, I had it on radar to watch, so I grabbed the 182.50 calls at 93 cents at 9:42, which was when it broke over the ORB, which is open range breakout, when it got over the VWAP. And let me blow up this chart just a little more so you can see it. See, this candle right here ends right there, and this is where I got it when it popped up right there. So that this little push right there went from 93 cents to 125. So then I had Disney calls at 10 o'clock. Disney, where are you? That's right there. Of course, Disney did the same thing, had the big sell-off at 10 o'clock, which was probably right about right here. I grabbed it right here because it sold off, it came back up, and it broke out over these two candles right here. And I grabbed it for 78 cents, and they went to 95 cents right here, and they were the 135 calls. Now, the calls were only a few dollars out, but it had to move quite a bit. But it's been choppy here and there for the last few weeks, so you just when you turn green, you just gotta get in and out. You can't stay in it for the monster move sometimes, and especially on Diz and BA. So SPY was the next one, but BA was the one after that. So I'll bring BA back up. Now I grabbed SPY 350 puts at 10.27. Which is September 1st. Okay. And what time was it? 10:27. It's probably right here. Yeah, right there. Now, as you can see, previous day's high right there. That 351.25 pre-market. That's where the high is, rejecting there. I got above it, rejected. So when it got up here, I took note of it, and it started to pull back right there. I grabbed the 350 puts at 93 cents, and they went from 93 to 120 just in this little quick move to VWAP. I mean, you want to take your profit and get out going into the moving averages of VWAP, because right here they're all clustered together. You get the 20, which is the blue, the 37 is the white dot dash line is VWAP, and the purple is the 200. They're all right here in this little area, and there's a strong probability that it's gonna bounce off at least one of them, and it did. So that's why I got out. Now BA puts calls. Sorry, I got 1132, which was probably right here. Now, as you can see, we got it here before it pulled back and it bounced off VWAP. I think I missed it because I was in something else at that time, but it pulled back. I saw it. It bounced off the 20 EMA and the VWAP and 37. Look, they're all clustered right here. All these moving averages. Algos love the moving averages in VWAP. And you get this orange line is the RCT trend line. So when I bursted through that, I grabbed the calls, the 182.50 calls, the same ones, and then ironically at the same price, which is weird because down here was 93 cents and up here it's 93 cents, even though the price has gone up almost $2. And that just shows you that Monday theta, just this little slight chop just wrecks it a little bit. So yeah, it went from 93 cents right here to $1.77 on Tuesday. Now Wednesday, I traded a lot. I had 6 wins and 1 loss. Now I had SPY and BA again. So that's the first. Okay, so I had SPY puts at 9 today. I grabbed puts right at the bell because, you know, gapped up, and right here, it's in this tight. It's getting squeezed, pinched right between the 20 and the 37 EMA right there. So I knew it was going to sell off. Plus, they had a big gap up, so I grabbed puts at opening. I grabbed the 354 puts at 65 cents, and right at the open in this little drop, they went from 65 cents to $1.14. They almost went 100% just in this little push right at open. Then I ended up grabbing BA puts at let's see, 947, which was probably right in here on the push down through the moving averages. I grabbed the 167, 167.50 puts at 92 cents. Now, as you can see, the previous day it struggled in this 175 area. So when it came up here and wicked and it started to dump right here, that's when I grabbed them. They went from 92 to $1.12 right here. They were so far out of the money, they just don't move that much. What time did I grab them? I grabbed them at 9:47, so I think I grabbed them right here. Yeah, I grabbed them right here, right when I broke the this candle right here from the opening range breakdown. So ORB, which means open range breakdown or breakout. In this case, it was a breakdown, so that's where I grabbed it right there. So yeah, they went from 92 to 112. Then I ended up grabbing SPY puts again at 1032, which was probably right about here. Yep, 1032 right there where it popped up and rejected this area again. I grabbed the 355 puts at 66 cents, and they ended up going 66 cents to $1.59 in this big drop right here. And as you can see, it found support at the where it did earlier in the day at the 353.70 area. So so that's where it bounced. And then the next one I got was United Airlines, which I was not very happy with the play. Let's see, it was on the first. Now this was a news play. I grabbed it at 11:29, which was right 11:29 right here. I grabbed it right here because I remember it popped up afterwards. I got in and out really fast, and I had news of it cutting, like, I don't remember what the number was, 15,000 16,000 jobs from United Airlines. So I grabbed puts. I grabbed it at 50 cents, and it dropped right here, and it started to come back up, and I got out really quick, and then it just popped huge. I mean, it's just ridiculous how it gets bad news and it just rebounds really fast. So that was very annoying, and that's the way it's been lately. Bad news, things pop. Good news, things drop. So that I wasn't too happy about, but it was a win. Then the next one I had SPX, and this was my first loss of the week. Let's see, let me get the right day here. Which day are we on? The second. Okay. I like to show the SPX next to the SPY. Now I grabbed the 35 puts at 1203, which was probably right here. Yeah, right there. I was anticipating a double top, and it broke out. So I held it, and it just it squeezed on me, and it didn't work out. But as it's going up, I did take a couple more put plays and ended up making money on puts going on the way up, which was easy. Well, not easy, but hard to do. But to me, it feels a little easy. But that one I messed up on, so that was my first loss, and I ended up grabbing them 35.45 at $1 at 137, which was right here. I got them at $1.10 in this little drop, and I saw the red candle. Obviously these are all-time highs, and I saw the red candle. I grabbed the 110 and this little drop right here, 110 to 140. I scalped it in and out in case it decided to pop on me. And then the last one of the day, which was end of the day, which was right I grabbed it 351. It just kept going and going. I just said, screw it. It's up so much. This massive move right here on the squeeze. So that I figured, we didn't get a pullback here. I was looking at it right there. I was like, no, and a good thing I didn't, because I would have been wrong. And when it made this big green candle at like 350, I was like, oh my god, it's gonna pull back the last 10 minutes, because sometimes they have big pullbacks, and sometimes it's at 2 o'clock, sometimes it's at 3:30, sometimes it's at 3:45, and sometimes it's at 3:50. So timing it is hard. You just have to know how the market makers play their games. And when I saw this end the last half an hour squeeze, I figured that I'd grab it the last 10 minutes for a little drop, and it did, 75 cents to $1. So that was a nice way to end the day on Tuesday, even though I completely messed up this right here. But yeah, I can still make money on puts when things go up. And I like going puts because I don't want to be in calls when it's making an all-time highs with all the noise going on with elections and COVID-19 in China. I'd rather be in puts than calls, because there's going to be a big dump. And at this point, VIX was going with SPY, so I'd rather be in puts than calls. I'd rather be wrong in puts than in calls, period. So, I know it went against me, but VIX was going up. VIX and SPY do not go up together. And if they do, that's a big sign that a big dump is coming really, really soon. That day, the next day, or a couple days. So remember that. Then the next day, the dump happened. Now, let's see. Yeah, I had, let's see, on Thursday, I had 6 wins. I played ROKU and SPY. No, ROKU and Tesla were the main ones. Yeah, I started playing Tesla. And let's make sure I get the right dates here. This is the 3rd, okay. Tesla, since a split, the options are expensive, but not as expensive, so I like playing them. So the 3rd right there. Okay, started out the day on ROKU. I grabbed 185 calls at 92 cents at 9:30. Now I had 2 options open on Thursday. So right here, when it gapped down and it got up over the pre-market high through VWAP, I grabbed the 185 calls at 92 cents, and it popped in to the 37 EMA, and it went from 92 cents to $1.03. Quick little 11 cents right there. Then I grabbed. You got to be careful, because you get the gap fill right there in the 200 EMA. But then again, it rejected the 37, so which was why it's time to get out. Then I grabbed the 475 Tesla calls at the same rate, pretty much the same time, right when it popped up. I grabbed the 475 calls at 205 and got out at $3. I'm not going to sit there and wait for monster runs on Tesla, because I'm not sure how Tesla's going to react and how big the moves are going to be after the post split. So I just, when you're up $1 or close to $1 on an option, you just get out. You don't sit there and watch your money disappear. So 475 calls went to 205 to $3. Then I ended up grabbing the 475 calls again when it pulled back right here. And it pulled back, and I grabbed them at $2. The same 475 calls. I dipped bottom at 2 $2.12, and it went to 3.15. So I bought that little dip in it, and it broke to a new high and get out. The next one was let's see. This was my next loss. I had actually no. Before I get to that one, the next one was ROKU. I had ROKU puts at 10.20. This is when it came back down below. Right here, as you can see, we got it up here, rejected 200 EMA. When I saw that, and it started to come back down, pushing through the 20 EMA, and it broke down below this area right here, the 172.70 area. I grabbed the 165 puts at 84 cents. They went from 84 to 276 right there, so they went 200% just in this little drop right here. So that was a nice move. Then the next one I had was BA. Now BA, I ended up grabbing, and I am going against my rules and holding it, which I should have never done. I grabbed it, let's see. What time did I end up grabbing that? 10:41, which is probably right there. Yeah, this is where I grabbed it. You can see the previous day it held this 173 area and it bounced off the RC2 trend line, and it came up and rejected and flushed. So I was convinced that, if it flushed quickly, it'd come back up and rebound. BA has a strong history of having radical swings, so it dropped from 181 to 173. That's like an 8-point drop, so I figured it was going to bounce, and I held it, and I didn't, so I ended up swinging it overnight, hoping it would rebound when I should have just got out, but whatever, it is what it is. So that was my second loss for the week. Then the next one was SPY calls. I grabbed SPY calls twice in that massive drop on Thursday. Now I grabbed it at 11.24, which I think was right here. Now I'm looking at the 358. It dropped down $12 right here, and I looked at it on the hourly, and I believe that the hourly at the time, if my memory served me right, that the hourly RSI was under 30, under 30, which was oversold for the hourly. So I grabbed the 352 calls at 88 cents. And then boom, they popped from 88 cents to $1.44, which is a good move. I grabbed the bottom of that. Then I ended up grabbing the 350 calls again at, let's see, at 126 was probably right here, right in this area. Yeah, because as you can see right here, it started to pull back down, and it came back up, and it stayed in this little area. So I grabbed the 350 calls. See, as you can see, the previous one I grabbed the 352, and because it consolidated, the strike prices theta just wrecked them a little bit. So I always adjust my strike prices as they chop and get a little closer to at the money, so they'll move more. So I did grab the 350 calls at 98 cents and grab this little pop right here for 98 cents to 121. So that was another good play on that bounce. Now I had an end of the day play, which was 350 calls again. I grabbed them again down, I think it was right here at the end of the day. Now I grabbed the 350 calls at 90 cents. And I was thinking, every time we have a big red day, they're going to gap it up big the next day. And so that was my mindset. And when it popped right here, end of the day, I ended up selling most of my position. But because it went to zero, I considered it a loss. And technically, it wasn't even a loss. But to be fair, I'll take it as a loss. I mean, whatever. But yeah, and it didn't. It dropped, and it gapped up in the jobs reports or whatever it was, the news Friday morning, unemployment, and it dropped. It came back up, and it never rebounded. So it just it didn't work out. So yeah, that's what happened. So then Friday, I had a lot of trades. Friday I had 8 wins and 2 losses, and the 2 losses were the ones I held overnight, which were the BA calls and the SPY calls that never gapped up. So other than that, I had a flawless day on Friday, if you take out the 2 overnighters. Now I had Tesla. Let me bring up, I traded a lot. Okay, it's this Friday. Okay, I'll just lower this up a little bit. Okay, Tesla on Friday, as you can tell, on Thursday it had a descending wedge, and I saw that, and it dropped down, came back up, and I saw this pre-market when it got over this 408 area, that I grabbed 440 calls right at the bell, and I did. I'm glad I did, because they went from 440 calls went from $1.85 to $5.25, 150% move just in this little push right here. That was a good win, great way to start the day. Then I ended up grabbing I grabbed Facebook puts right here. Now I have to go and look on Discord and my alerts channel, because yeah, to see that. Oh, there we go. I have to hover over the things to see the timestamps, because for some reason, as you can see on the on my Twitter, that the Facebook, Netflix, Tesla, and SPY puts, that shows I made them all at 9:52, and I didn't. If you go to the alerts in the room, you can hover over the click on the actual alert itself, and it will show you the timestamp in the room. So I don't know why it did that. It annoyed the hell out of me, but it is what it is. I did grab the Facebook puts at 9:42 when it broke down right here. I grabbed the 280 puts at 84 cents. They end up going from 84 cents to $9 on this drop. So that was a huge move, 800%. Then the next one was Netflix. I just went crazy yesterday. I wasn't expecting another dump, and I said in the room, I remember saying that if Tesla, I seem to have Tesla on the mind, that if Netflix gets below 510, it's goodbye. And I grabbed the 490 puts at $1 at 9:45, right when it broke down through the to this 510 area. So got the 490 puts at $1, and they went from $1 to 8.25. So that's 700% move on this drop. The next one was Tesla calls. I had Tesla calls at 9:51. Yeah, I went crazy on Friday. Friday was just, everything was just in my favor, and I just loved it. 9:51. Yeah, right here, when it came back down and retested this little area right here, and it started to bounce. I grabbed the 440 calls, the same ones I had before, at $1.39. And they went from $1.39 to $1.70 just in this little push, and it just started to look weak, and I sat out for now. And then I ended up grabbing SPY puts. I think we have to check the timeline, the timestamp on this. I think I chased this one, 9:57. Yeah, I chased this one. Let's see. Right there, right when we had this big drop already, and I already had Netflix crashing and Facebook dropping, and I saw this and I was like, okay, I already had 2 big red candles, and SPYs had a big move the day before. It's probably gonna chop. Just in case it doesn't, I'll grab some SPY puts just to see if it will break down and collapse, and it did. And when the market collapsed, SPY, Facebook went down with it. So those SPY puts went 650% from right here, the 81 cents to 530. Another monster move. Let's see, what was after that? Baidu. Yeah, okay, I remember Baidu. Baidu was very puzzling to me, because as everything was dropping, You can see here, I was looking at it in this range. I mean, SPY, Facebook, all the tech is dumping, and Baidu is tech, China tech. It's a China search engine like Google, and it wasn't dropping. It was staying in this area. So I was watching it closely, and then when it had its little dump right here is when I grabbed it. I grabbed the 120 puts at 1043, which was the push through the 20 EMA. I did grab the 120 puts, 72 cents, and this little drop right here, once at 72 cents to $1.07. So it wasn't a monster move, but it was a good 35-cent plus move. So it was definitely good. Then I would jump back into Tesla again. Tesla, I am loving Tesla on Fridays. I don't know why I typed it up right there. I have it already up, but Facebook is the last one for the day. So okay. Tesla, I grabbed Tesla 410 calls at 1058, which was right here, 1058, because of the broke down. It started to wick back up. I saw it wicking, and I was like, okay, Tesla has a history of making quick sells and violent recovery. So even though I don't trade, I haven't traded Tesla much. I've been watching it. I know how violent the moves are. It's like SPY. They make big sell-offs and violent recovery, so I'm familiar with it. Even though I wasn't trading it, I do watch it. So when I saw that at 1058, I grabbed the 410 calls. Like I said before, I had the 440 here and the 440 here, and when it came down here, it wrecked the theater. It was Friday. It just wrecked it. So I ended up grabbing the 410s, which at $2.02, and they ended up going from $2 to 17 from here to here. So that was another 800% move. I mean, Friday, just was killer day. 150% move, 800% move, 700% move, 650% move, 800% move. It was just, they were just monster runners all day long. And if you're not in the room and you're not a sub, you miss these plays. And one of these plays alone, even if you had one contract, would pay for a year subscription, and it's just crazy. I love days like this. So, and I was pretty much done for the day. I didn't want to trade anymore. Then I was like, okay, I need one more win to get my win rate ratio over 90% for the week. So I said, okay, I'll wait and see if I can find something at the end of the day. And I did see Facebook calls at let's see. Now I grabbed the Facebook calls at 315, which was right here, 315, right there. Now, the logic behind this was, it's at end of the day, and I'll bring up SPY so you can see. Now, SPY had a big sell-off, two big sell-offs, so I figured they were going to push it red to green right here. So this is the area where I was watching right here. I was like, okay, they're going to push it red to green and close it green for the day, so I needed to get over the 200 EMA. So when I saw this, it's at close to 315. They're gonna push it the last half an hour or so, and I didn't want to grab SPY because it was still kind of expensive. And I saw Facebook, and Facebook was trading at 285, 286, and the calls were at 287. So Facebook only needs to move $1.50 to get in the money, and they're at 40 cents. And if SPY has one of those little violent end of the day short squeezes, that it's going to push Facebook into the money very, very, very easily. And I grabbed them at 40 cents, and it started to push. And when it pushed, I got out quick. I wanted to get that extra win, even if they end up going 200-300%. I didn't care. I wanted to get my quick little win to get my win rate over 90% for the week, just to have that last number. Good thing I did, because it pulled back. I really thought for sure they were going to push SPY green for the day, but they didn't. I was very shocked about that. So that is how my week ended for this week. Hopefully next week will be good. And I was actually surprised that we had violent moves on a Friday, when going into a long weekend that most people would be gone. But sometimes when the big players are away, that's when you see the really manipulated price action and market manipulation to catch people off guard when they're not looking, is days like that. So like I said, Monday, it's Labor Day. The market will be closed. Next week will be a 4-day week, and hopefully it'll be a volatile week and stuff like that. So I think that's going to do it. Hopefully this has helped you understand the method to my madness and what I'm doing. And that's the reason why I make these videos. And please make sure you subscribe and like, so I know you like these. It definitely is going to help you. And actually, I like doing these too because it helps me too, because I get to go back and see how the week progressed and see how the trade happens, because you're always trading in hindsight. And when everything is said and done, you look back and say, okay, this is what I did wrong and this is where I can improve and stuff like that. So this helps me as well. So yeah, thanks for watching.